Hey, it's Brian from SamCart, and in this video, I want to share with you the one thing that almost tanked my seven-figure course business from the very start. Any of you know my backstory. I got started back in 2009, started a baseball site, started selling online courses. That's really how I kind of cut my teeth in this online marketing world, how I got started on the internet. It was a site called Train Baseball. And long story short, spent a year trying to figure out, how do I actually make money online? Tried affiliate marketing, tried drop shipping, tried network marketing, tried everything under the sun, like most of us do, and then got introduced to selling online courses. And that's when I really figured out, man, this is something that I can create a real business around. It's something that really could scale, that I can make this course one time, I can actually sell it, make money while I sleep. That whole internet laptop lifestyle was the dream. It took me a while to get there, but finally we built up a pretty big, we got to six figures, Scott, my brother, and I. Then we got to seven figures. And one of the things that most people don't know back in the early days when we were first getting started was that there was one thing that almost tanked that business. And it was the tech side of things. That I didn't have any, web design, web development experience. I didn't know how to, code things in HTML or edit styles with CSS. And back in the day, so 2010, if any of you have been around, selling online, you probably used a lot of the same tools that we used back then. We had our blog and our website on WordPress. We used Woo themes back in the day, so we had to buy these themes, spend money on these extra themes, install them onto our site, customize them to make a site that looked pretty good, build our landing pages. There was no, lead pages. There were no landing page tools back then. So we had to kind of hack things together. I had to learn how to code, had to learn how to tie APIs together, had to learn CSS. And I was no expert by any means, but we figured out enough to be dangerous, enough to make our pages look halfway decent. Then we needed a way to accept orders. And back then, there were only shopping carts. There were no e-commerce platforms like SamCart, like any of the other tools out there. So we signed up for one shopping cart. I think it was $130 a month. And it was just a checkout page, a way for us to accept a payment. So we kind of tied it in with PayPal, had to learn how to stitch those two things together. Back then, there was no Stripe. There's no easy way to actually collect credit cards and process monies and get it sent to your bank. So we had to sign up for Authorize.net and PowerPay. One was a merchant account, one was a processor. Had to stitch those two together, link them to one shopping cart. That had to talk to my website. Then we needed a way to actually deliver our courses. And back in the day, the popular tool was Wishlist Member. It was a $300 WordPress plugin. Had to learn how to tie that in, had to learn how to update or upload all our courses, tie that all together, sync it up with Aweber, our email tool. And so we had 6 or 7 different pieces of software that all cost money and all took a lot of time to learn how to customize and tie them together. And I remember being like halfway through launching our first course and almost being like, this is too much work. I'm going to go back to trying something that's a little bit simpler. Luckily, we figured it out and made it work. And we went on to build a 6 and then 7 figure and then multiple 7-figure business selling those baseball courses. And so if you're in the beginning stages, luckily you should be thankful that you're getting started today and not in 2010, because in 2010, it was a lot harder than it is today. But even today, wow, I see a lot of people selling courses today, and you have a lot, the software of the day is definitely a lot better. It's a little bit more expensive, but you still need WordPress or lead pages or some landing page software. You need a way to take orders, whether that's hopefully SamCart if you're watching this video. If it's not, you should be using SamCart. Or you're using a course platform to then either host your course. Some people actually use them to sell the course, which there's a couple big problems with that I'll explain probably in the next episode. Then you need your email tool. So that could be WordPress, lead pages, tie that together with SamCart, tie those together with Podia, Wishlist Member, Kajabi, Teachable, Thinkific, tie those to your email platform, whether it's ConvertKit or Infusionsoft. And that's kind of where we were in 2014, that we were paying a ton of money for Infusion, paying a ton of money for Kajabi, paying a ton of money for lead pages and our shopping cart of the day. And so it made things easier, but the price went way up because a lot of these tools get a little bit aggressive with some of their pricing. That's the only downside, is it can be easy today, but it usually costs a lot of money. But on top of the added cost, what I'm going to cover in the next episode is that there's still 2 huge problems for people, even if you're using SamCart to sell your course today. There's two huge problems that are, one, draining your bank account, and two, draining your actual sales that most people don't even really know are happening. And that's what I'm going to cover in the next episode. If you're not using SamCart and you have your website over on WordPress, or maybe you're doing stuff on Medium, or you have a landing page builder like Teachable or Lead Pages, or any of the popular tools that are out there for building landing pages, sales pages, marketing funnels, and campaigns, then you have your course platform. So whether that's Podia, Kajabi, Thinkific, Teachable, you're paying money for that. And maybe you have an email tool like MailChimp, Aweber, ActiveCampaign, whichever one you might be using. That's kind of what most people's tech stack is today for the people that are not using SamCart. And if that's you, there's two different problems that you most likely don't even realize are costing you customers and costing you long-term revenue, lifetime value of your customer. For example, if you're selling a $50 course, you're most likely only ever going to make $50 from that initial customer, and you're not going to get the benefit of repeat purchases down the line, or introducing other courses and maximizing the value of that customer over the long haul. And there's two big reasons that most people don't even realize are quietly behind the scenes leaking revenue out of your business. And again, if you're just getting started, these things can literally be the difference between you succeeding, getting to that 6-7 figure level and beyond, building a business that you're really proud of, that can really support you and your family. Or if you're already established and you're using some of these platforms, you might have gotten to the 6 or 7 figure level, but you can get more, and something's holding you back. And I believe we've identified what those couple things are. And the good news is, number one, in the next episode, I'll explain exactly what they are. So hopefully you can go in and fix them. But the even better news is, I think we have figured out the solution here at SamCart. We're in the midst of releasing what I think is going to be one of our biggest releases in the last couple of years. We're going to be doing a big reveal of this thing that we've been working on June 15th, big live demo. So mark your calendar for that. And why I'm excited is because I think we have solved this problem of so many course creators are either struggling to get started because the tools of the day are so expensive to use, and that when you get started and you start making sales, whether you're at the 5, 6, 7 figure level or beyond, that you're held back, that your business is leaking revenue. And I think we figured out a way to plug all those holes and let you both launch a business easier and cheaper if you're selling courses, and let you scale that business, take it from 6 to 7 figures, take it from 7 to 8 figures with ease. So again, this is episode 1 in this little short mini series. If you're listening on the podcast, the other episode will drop. I think it's in a couple days from now. So keep an eye on your phone for that update. If you're watching this on YouTube or on our special landing page right here, come back to this page in a couple days. I'll cover the 4 big kind of hidden costs of using today's course platforms. And then on June 15th, we're going to do a big reveal and show you what we've been working on behind the scenes that us and the team at SamCart are super excited about. So keep an eye out for that next episode and mark your calendar for June 15th, and I'll see you then.